welcome back to my channel. Please excuse these extensions because lockdown and all that. Right, so this video I've been meaning to film for probably about 5 years. Bit of an exaggeration, not actually 5 years. I made a little plan, or I say a little plan, this, oh shush. Little plan, it's quite big. It's quite long, but obviously I'm not going to read off of it or anything. This is just my notes, make sure I don't forget anything. Yeah, I'm just going to get into it, but I've seen people like just waffle on about stuff and I'm just like, oh my god, get to the point. I feel like I'm going to have an issue with this. Oh, it's focused now. So there's probably about 9 different points that I'm going to go through. For anyone that doesn't know me, my name's Georgia Rose. I will link my Instagram up here somewhere, put a picture or screenshot of it all, but I'll put it in the description box as well. If you don't follow me, then give me a follow, show me some love, it's always appreciated. This video is about how I made it on Instagram, how I got to 100k, how I get paid regularly, how I get a full-time income from Instagram. It's basically just like my journey, because I probably get about 10 messages a day, like no exaggeration, asking for tips and advice on how I grew my Instagram, how do you work paid with Pretty Little Thing and things like that. I'm just going to start with a little Q&A about me. I'm 22 years old, I'm from Essex, I'm in England. I've been an influencer for about 4.5 years now. I started when blogging and Instagram wasn't really a thing. No one really done Instagram like how they do now. It was quite difficult for me when I first started. I was probably about 18 years old, 17, 18, and back then I thought that was really young to be doing Instagram. But literally people now are like 14, 15 and doing it and absolutely smashing it, and it is amazing. But it is a bit harder to get in. It's a bit weird because it was hard for me to get into because no one really done it and it was a bit of a taboo subject. But I feel like it's hard for people to get into now as well because so many people want to do it. So you've got so much competition now. There wasn't much competition back when I first started. But yeah, basically I just started, I was about 17 or 18 and I got approached by a t-shirt brand. It was like my first collab as such, and they sent me out some gifted t-shirts. I think I got like 3 different colours. And yeah, I just had to post a picture on my feed and tag them. Basically, my best advice, if you do want to start out and you haven't started out already, or you're planning to start out, or you've just started out, is make sure your page, if you want to do fashion, make sure it's fashion forward. I started tagging Misguided, ASOS, Pretty Little Thing. Like, I wasn't working with them or anything like that. I just tagged their clothes just so people knew where they could buy what I was wearing. Even tagged stuff that's from H&M, Primark, just little things like that. Just make your page like fashion forward. Make sure people know where you're getting your clothes from. If you want to be beauty based, then start posting pictures of your makeup looks. If you want to be fitness based, start doing fitness based type stuff. By the age of about 19, I was working with massive brands like Lasula, Miss Pap, Fashion Bible, Pink Boutique, just boutique brands like that. I was about 20 before I started working Pretty Little Thing, so I've been working for them for about 2 years now. Yeah, the bigger brands, it did take a bit longer for me to get in touch with. I did always have an agent, so if you haven't got an agent, I would definitely recommend. It's completely up to you, but I never personally had the time myself to reply to emails, do all the admin. I was working a full-time job at the time, and then weekends I was just doing my own thing, so it was a bit, I was a bit irresponsible, is that the word? I never really got back to people as quick as I should have done. It didn't look that great on my part. So if you do not find that you can't find the time to do it yourself, and you're busy, you work full-time and you want to do this as well, then I definitely recommend getting a management, because they definitely helped me out. I've been with 3 different managements. I'm with 2 currently, and I was with 1 when I first started out. And my management did get me the Pretty Little Thing deal when I first started. As my first like big deal. I had Misguided, Boohoo, ASOS, literally loads. So you can get amazing brand deals if you are with a management, because obviously they have got all the contacts already, and you haven't got to try and get the contact yourself. You haven't got to try and build a relationship yourself. Like, your management will already have that relationship, so they'll just pitch you out to different brands. When you get to it, they'll send like your rate card, your media card over, which has got all your rates on. I did start working with brands. We had about 20k, but obviously now influencers like about 10k or even under 10k are getting collabs. It has like literally changed dramatically. Before, you would never be 10k and getting gifted items. Now you do, so it is amazing. It's not easy. I didn't just wake up and suddenly start getting paid from brands. You have got to put the graft in, you have got to put effort into your pictures, you have got to plan. I'll go through all this in a minute about planning, taking your pictures and all things like that, because it is very, very important. You can't just take a picture and think, oh, okay, I'll post it. Like, you have to edit it, you have to make sure it's appealing to the brand. Sometimes you have to send them for approval to the brands just to make sure that they are what they're looking for, make sure that you're living up to expectations and giving them the content that they want. I think I was around about 40k before I started charging. So this is a question I get asked a lot by smaller influencers, like when should I start charging? It was obviously about just over 2 years ago. So people with smaller accounts do charge now, but I'd probably say if you're like, wait till you're at about 20k or something before you start charging, because that's like usually what people do now. You get to about 20k and then you can start charging. I think some people with 15k do as well, to be fair. So yeah, when you get to like milestones like that and you're starting to get recognised by brands and you're starting to build up a good relationship with them, either through management or personally through emails and stuff, then you can start charging. It's good money when you get into it. Obviously now I can charge more than that. I'm like 130k subscribers, I'm on about followers, because I'm thinking about YouTube. Back when I did start breaking into the influencer industry and the blogging industry, I did not know anyone that done it. Like, I don't really know many people in my area now, but even back then it was literally, there was no one. Like, I didn't know anyone. I couldn't go out with a friend and ask them to take my pictures. They wouldn't really understand. This was like 3-4 years ago. Now a lot of people are getting into it. I do know quite a lot of people in the industry now, but yeah, before, when Instagram wasn't as popular, it was such a taboo subject. Like, no one done Instagram, no one even knew what it was about. I had friends in the past, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but I had friends in the past that didn't agree with what I was doing, thought it was stupid, thought like I was never going to earn money from it, that used to put me down about it. If you do want to do something and you're going to stick to it, and you want it to be a dream, you want that to be what you're going to do, then don't let anyone get in your way. Like, I know it's easier said than done, but you've just got to ignore people like that. You've just got to, if you think it's worth doing and you think you're going to succeed in it, then definitely just keep going, keep moving, because nobody can stop you. Yeah, when I did first start out, I had to basically just do it all on my own. There was no like engagement groups like there are now, nothing like that. I just had to rely on solely what anyone was going to comment. I couldn't ask for support of my friends because I didn't really have anyone that was in the industry. I couldn't really support anyone else because I didn't really follow that many people that were in the industry, because it was really rare for someone to be doing Instagram at the time. So yeah, it is a massive niche now, and it's so much easier to grow now than it was like 4 years ago. I had a lot of questions saying, how did you become successful? I get loads of DMs daily saying, how did you get to 100k? How did you grow? How do you get all these amazing brand deals? How do you get paid by brands? And the key to being successful, I think, is not giving up. You have to be consistent with something like Instagram. You can't just think, oh, I'll post one day, then tomorrow I've not really got anything to post, so I'm not going to post. You have to post at least once daily, I say. If you want it to be your career and you want to earn money from it, you have to be consistent. Like, there's no ifs or buts about it. You can't just one day think, oh, I'll do a really good post, and then leave it for a couple of days, then do another post. That's not the way it's going to work. That's not the way that you're going to get all these paid brand deals, because brands will look at your page and think, okay, she's not consistent, posting a good like few days in a row and then she's stopping. Or good things don't just happen by chance. Like, I didn't get to where I am today by being half-hearted. I didn't get to where I am today by just doing a few posts and waiting a few weeks. I always say as well, make sure you've got stories up, like at least 5 stories or something like that. Like, never go a day with no stories up, because you're not giving anything to your followers. You're not engaging with them in any way, shape or form. You're not providing with anything that will keep them following you, and you can ultimately lose followers from not engaging with your followers, if that makes sense. It is difficult, don't get me wrong. I've had some days where I've literally cried and I thought, oh my god, I've got nothing to post, what am I going to do? So that's why it is important to plan. Obviously it's a bit hard if you do have a full-time job, and I look back now and think, how the hell did I do that when I had a full-time job? But it is possible, because I did it. It's a lot harder in the winter because you can't get home from work and go outside and take pictures, but now it's summer that you can, if you are working full-time, like, you can get ready straight away after 5 o'clock and go outside and take pictures. It's light probably till about 10 o'clock now, ain't it? So yeah, it's definitely a lot easier in the summer to get content if you are working full-time. And I wouldn't say quit your full-time job if you haven't got any brand contracts in place. I made sure that I had at least 2 or 3 paid brand contracts in place before I did change to a part-time job. I would never quit my part-time job. I know some people do Instagram full-time, but that's not a bit of me. Like, I wouldn't enjoy sitting at home doing nothing. I know you can take your pictures, you can get content, you can do all different stuff, you can do YouTube, blah blah, but ultimately it doesn't take all day. Like, it doesn't take all day to do pictures. So I would definitely feel like a bum if I didn't have a part-time job. Something that keeps a routine in your life, it keeps you waking up early, it keeps like a job type routine, because although Instagram is a job, it's still a full-time job for me, because I still do it day in day out. I still, even after working hours, I still take time and effort to put into my Instagram, so it is still a full-time job for me, but I don't rely on just that income. Like, I do a mix. I do modelling, Instagram and my part-time job, so I do have like 3 different forms of income, and I think it's important to make sure you don't just think, oh, Instagram will be mine. Like, you need to work on different different types of things that you can focus on. Everyone will look at my Instagram or anyone's Instagram and think, oh, that's perfect, like their life's perfect, but there is down days to Instagram. Like there is days where I thought, oh god, like I've been crying, I've been upset because either I've got nothing to post, like I said, or I can't get the right picture and I'm stressing out, and I've had arguments with like my family and argue about it. So there is days where you do feel shit. In the past I have had unsupportive friends that didn't really believe in me, didn't really think that Instagram was ever going to be a thing for me, didn't think that I was ever going to make money from it. They kind of got a bit jealous in a sense. Like I'd ask them to take a picture for me and it was like a chore for them. I said, oh, I'll do something for you, like if you take my pictures for me, like I'll give you some money for doing it or whatever, or buy you a drink or get your next meal or something like that. It's just nice to give back to your friends, because it is so important to have good supportive friends in this industry. Even better if they do what you do and they can relate and they will take time, because you can help each other in a sense. If you do have friends that want to get into it, I would say it's perfect to either do content days, go out and do a shoot with them, get loads of content for them, they'll get loads for you. It's like a win-win situation really. It's so important to have supportive friends, just because you actually need it to succeed. Like I know you can get your family to take pictures, you can have a tripod where you have a little Bluetooth shutter like I do and it takes your pictures as well, but you need friends that when you're out for a meal and stuff, they'll take your pictures for you. Like they won't judge you because you know you got to get content. They won't mind if the food comes over and you quickly get a picture before you eat. Like you need supportive friends like that, because I don't know what I'd do without mine. They literally make anything possible. If I say, can you take a picture of me here, they're not embarrassed, like they don't mind. They understand that it is a job for me, and they understand that although I am out and I want to enjoy myself, I have still got to get pictures taken, and I'll always take pictures of them as well. I do see myself as quite a good photographer, so I make sure my friends have always got good pictures and all. Like I don't just say, okay, it's my picture, like I'm done. They help me out massively, and it's so important to have a good support system around you. My mum's really good as well. My mum takes all my pictures and she's amazing at doing it. So yeah, it's just about making sure you have people there that will do that for you, because it is very important. Like when you go out for a meal and stuff, you need someone to be able to take a picture of you, even if it's freezing cold outside. Like my friends will do it for me. So top tips and tricks, this one is so important. I get asked all the time, do you have any tips, do you have any tricks or anything like that you can let me know? It is always difficult replying to everyone. I try and send voice notes a bit quicker, I try and get through everyone that I can, but obviously I do miss some because you can only see like 2 weeks worth of requests. Tips and tricks that I have in the industry. There is literally so much that goes into the perfect Instagram picture, like more than you could even imagine. We don't just take pictures and upload them. There's about 80 pictures taken before we get the picture. It is a lot harder than everyone thinks. It's not just, oh, take a picture there, take a picture there. You need the lighting to be right, you need the angle to be right. Usually I hold my phone up like this, and this is a shit phone because my phone's broke. I hold the phone up like this and put it where I want it, if that makes sense, and then stand behind it. And if I know what looks right and I know the angle's right and everything like that, then I just say to my mum or anyone who's taking it, can you just hold it there and take the picture. And editing is so important. You need to make sure you upload a very professional looking picture. My favourite apps are Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom. That one's amazing. I think I pay like £2 a month or something like that for that one. It's definitely worth it. Facetune's good. It's got different tools, like the Vibrance tool's amazing. I use that on the sky or the grass or any bright colours that I'm wearing. If I'm wearing pink, I put the Vibrance tool over it. You can like draw over the colours just to make them brighter. The sharpening tool I basically put all over my picture, and it just adds a little bit more professional touch. I don't put it up too high on the sharpening, I just do it a tiny bit. Smoothing out any creases or anything like that in your face, obviously not too much, don't make yourself look airbrushed because that will not look professional. But yeah, even if you've got a crease in the top or something, you can smooth it out. Use a whitening tool to either whiten the walls behind me. They look quite white here, but sometimes in pictures it doesn't show, so I can use a whitening tool to whiten any background. And yeah, you've just got to remember that the perfect Instagram picture will help attract brands, and it will show them your capability. So if I think a picture's not that great, or I can't edit it right and it's not going right, or something doesn't look right about it, I'd literally rather not post than post a picture that doesn't look as professional as it could. I think it's so important to make sure all your pictures are to the same ability and standard. If you see an influencer like their pictures, then I don't know, try and make sure your pictures are to the same quality and the same standard, because if that's what you're aiming for, if that's what you think that you want to achieve and you want to be in their position, look at your pictures and think, oh, that's not to the standard that, I don't know, someone else's maybe, then why isn't it? Like, why can't you make it to that standard? Like, it is possible. I can do a little video on how I edit mine if anyone wants me to do that, then comment below. Another little tip or trick that I find is that, you know, when you upload a picture, hold on, let me try and show you. Yeah, so here's a picture that I have already uploaded, but I'll just show you what I mean. If you are uploading a picture, is this going to focus? I don't even know. This is what I mean. So you see this little icon down here that makes the picture, I'm not even holding my phone straight, makes the picture bigger and stuff. If you click this, this is what you should be doing to all of your pictures. I just find it makes, obviously you can put it like that still, just so it's bigger, just so it's not just like that and upload, you're just trying to fit it in and uploading it like that. It's so important to use this tool down here, because when you do upload it like that as a bigger, longer picture, it will appear bigger on someone's screen. So like when they open their Instagram, your picture will take up near enough their whole page. If you keep it just in a little square, then it's not going to be as big of an impact because it's not as big on their screen. So that is one top tip that I always go by. I try not to ever upload my picture in a square because it doesn't fill someone's page as much. It's not as big of an impact. Oh, I just burped. Right, anyway, so this is another top trick that I have. If you don't already, you need to get one of these little Bluetooth shutter buttons. You connect it to your phone. It's got a little thing on here that's like blue. This one's broke. It will come up like a blue light on the side somewhere, yeah, there on the top. It will connect to your phone by Bluetooth, and then you just put your phone on a tripod or on a stand or anything that you can prop it up against, and then you hide this in your hand, you just click it and it will take the pictures for you. If you don't already have one of these, I think they're about £2 on eBay, literally so cheap, or Amazon or anything like that. Definitely get one, because if you don't have someone to take your pictures, it will make it a lot easier for you to take your picture. And I know a lot of people say to get a ring light. To be honest, I don't really swear by ring lights anymore. If you're wanting to get into beauty and you're wanting to get into like eye makeup and things like that, then it is perfect. But for fashion photos and things like that, I wouldn't really recommend a ring light, just because it's too harsh of a light. I can't take my picture in front of ring lights anymore, unless I'm inside and it's dark outside or something like that. That's the only reason that I will ever use one. But if you can use natural light, then definitely use it. It is so much better for your pictures. It just looks more professional. It gives a much more professional edge. It's not too harsh. Right, the do's and don'ts when posting your picture: don't have too much in the background. So if you're taking a mirror picture, make sure there's minimal stuff in the background. Don't want to look messy, you don't want to look like a holder. If you can get pictures outside, that's a lot better, because it looks a lot more authentic, it looks real, it looks like you're out and about and you're taking pictures. It doesn't look like you're just in your house. So definitely I do outdoor pictures if you can, like probably on a street more than like anything else. On a street, near shops, things like that. That definitely works for me, and like a lot of brands love that type of content because it's a lot more natural. And make sure you switch up your poses. Make sure you don't do the same all the time, because your feed can look a bit repetitive, not competitive, I don't know what I'm on about. But your feed can look a bit repetitive, and you don't want to look like you can only produce that type of content. Like you want to do all different stuff. Like you want to make brands aware that you can, I don't know, you can sit outside a coffee shop and take a nice picture. You can take a picture inside a restaurant and get a nice picture inside a restaurant. There's so many different things that you can do. Make sure you're showcasing all the different things you can do. Make sure you switch up your pictures, like sometimes post a selfie, sometimes post a full picture outfit, sometimes post a mirror. Like don't stick to it. Like if you do want to stick to the same thing and you only want to do selfies or you only want to do mirror pictures, like it does work for some people, but I know personally that I wouldn't follow someone who only has mirror pictures. Like it's not something that I'd want to see all the time. Like so all their posts look the same. Like fair enough, you're wearing a different outfit, but every single post looks the same. Like it's a bit boring for me. I think it's important to try and keep your feed exciting. I try and make mine a lot more colourful than, like, some people just stick to nudes and things like that, but I try and make my feed as colourful as possible. I try and buy or ask for really bright outfits just so I can make people's feed a bit happier, so you can edit them and make them look a lot brighter and stuff. So yeah, bright outfits are always a good one for me. Going along with that is a theme. Like, is this necessary? I've never had a theme as such. Like I prefer my pictures to be a bit ad hoc. I like for them all to be different. Like I don't like my pictures to all be the same. So yeah, it's completely up to you if you do want to have a theme. I wouldn't say you need one. Like I've never had one and I've done really well on Instagram, so yeah, I wouldn't say you need a theme like at all. Planning your posts and pictures, this one is definitely important if you are working full-time or you don't really have the time to take a lot of pictures. It's important to pick one day of the week that you're going to take 6 outfit pictures or 5 outfit pictures, just to get yourself, like, keep yourself going through the week. Make sure when you do these pictures that you're not keeping your hair the same, like so it's not known that you've done all the pictures on the same day. Make sure you either start with straight hair, do a couple with straight hair, then maybe curl it and maybe put it up after that. Like make sure your pictures are different because it does keep people involved. It does keep people intrigued as such, like they will want to see your post because all your posts are different and they're thinking, oh my god, like what's she going to post next? If you have a full-time job and you find it difficult to get content pictures, then I'd definitely say either find someone that will do your content pictures for you one day of the week, take a picture of you in 5 different outfits, not that difficult, or get a tripod and do it with one of them shutter things like I said. Just make sure you're planning and you know what you're posting on what day. It's nice to either have a diary on your phone, like I have a little reminders thing that I use, especially when brands say they want a certain post done on a Sunday or like a Tuesday, and like the times and stuff when they need it posted, usually after like 6 or 7 p.m. is the best time to post, I say. So yeah, a lot of brands do request they want stuff posted on certain days, so I use that little reminders app just to put a reminder so I don't forget that I need to post stuff. It is important to plan, make sure you know what you're posting each day, and make sure you've got something to post each day so you're not stressing. If you plan ahead and you take a lot of pictures in one go, and I'm looking out the window, I don't know why. If you plan ahead and take a lot of pictures in one go, then you can't really stress too much. Like, you know you've got pictures to upload, you know you've done them, you're sorted. You know someone in the industry, that's even better. Like, I have so many clothes and I will give them to my friends if they need pictures of them or anything like that, because I've literally got so many and I need to get rid of them. It's nice to help other people out, and if you do have a friend that is in the industry, does quite well in the industry, then just ask them, just say, can I borrow some outfits, like, because I'm not being gifted too much lately, can I borrow some stuff just so I've got stuff to take content in? Like, that's a really good idea. Yeah, how to earn a full-time income from Instagram. This is my most requested message ever. I think ever. Like, how do you get paid for Instagram? How do you get a full-time wage? For me, obviously I have a management and Power Management. They're absolutely amazing, I adore them. But yeah, a lot of my paid work does come through there. A lot of people say, oh, agencies take 20% fee, blah blah. My management actually put the 20% on top, so I never even noticed that they've taken 20%. I feel like 20% is a minor when they've gone through all of that effort to get you the work. So yeah, my main top tips for earning an income is making sure you're consistent. If you don't have management, then pitch yourself out to brands. This isn't something that I do really, because I have a management that do it for me. But if you don't have a management, and I don't know, maybe you don't have enough followers to get into like a big management company, then pitch yourself out to brands, send them an email just basically saying, hi, I'd love to work together. Send them your insights, take a screenshot of your insights which says like your follower count and your engagement and all that. Oh, great. Drop my book. So yeah, it's never going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up and then just suddenly have a brand deal, like a brand contract. It's never going to happen like that. You need to put time into it, you need to put effort into it. It's just about not giving up. Like, if it's something you want to do and you've always wanted to do it, then definitely keep at it. Like, don't let anyone tell you that, oh, you're never going to make it, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. You will. I try my best to support as many small influencers as I can, because I know it's difficult now because there's so much competition, there's so many people wanting to do it, so many influencers for so many different brands. It's difficult to get paid work now. You have to really make yourself stand out from others. You have to make sure your content is 100, like, you need to make sure it's perfect. It's never going to be an overnight thing. No business is. Like, this is your little business. Like, you yourself are a business. You're putting yourself out there to brands. You've got to attract brands yourself. Like, you've got to make sure that brands want to work with you. You need to make sure when you are working with them, like, you can't just think, oh great, I've secured that contract, I don't know, blah blah's paying me this much money. You can't then think, okay, I've got the contract, that's it. Like, you can't just give up. You have to make sure you impress them a lot. It's gone out my head, I can't think what I was going to say now. Great. You need to make sure you keep up the same rhythm, like, you keep going, you don't stop, you don't. It's okay to have bad days though. Like, some days I've had a bad day where I thought, okay, I'm not posting, but I'll still make sure I do a story or something like that. It does get difficult, and it's quite damaging for your mental health, because obviously you see so many amazing looking girls and stuff, and you see so many people with amazing content, and you think, oh, am I doing enough? Should I be doing more? Should my content look like that? Just try not to push yourself too much. Make sure you do give yourself quite a bit of discipline though, because it's important. Like, you need to make sure you are doing as good as you can. You can't just think, oh, that will do, like, I'll just post that, I've got nothing else to post. And there's all different things, different opportunities that Instagram will give you. I've been on a lot of content shoots abroad that are amazing. I'd definitely say try and get yourself on one of them if you can. Even if you pay for it, it is an amazing investment to your brand. You'll get yourself amazing pictures. Your pictures will stand out because obviously you're abroad. I tend to earn a lot more money from Instagram when I am abroad. Obviously can't get away at the minute, can't get on an airplane, so I'm fuming. And I did get loads of questions, but I've answered them like in this, if that makes sense. So like, I've sort of intertwined them with I've kept a look at all my questions while I've been going through, and I've answered them all, I think, through this. So if there is any that I haven't answered, then please just message me, because I feel like I covered it all. I didn't want to make a massively long video, and I hope this isn't like an hour long. Anyone wanted to know, I feel like it is in this video. And if you do want to get started with your Instagram career or progress in your Instagram career, then definitely take on the advice that I've said. Just quickly before I finish this video, my management have set up a 60-page PDF, like 60 pages long, which tells you everything you need to know about becoming an influencer. I've read it myself, and all the stuff included in this booklet is exactly what you need to get going. It tells you absolutely everything, even more than I've told you right now. It is the most amazing investment. It's very, very, very affordable. But my discount code is Georgia10. I'll put it up here somewhere. And yeah, you can get 10% off the guide as well. So if you haven't already purchased that, then definitely give it a purchase. I'll try and put a link in here if I can, but if not, I'll put it in the description box. It'll be down here somewhere. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop waffling on. I'll allow you all to get on with your day. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want any other videos from me, I'm not a YouTube girl, to be fair. Never done this kind of thing, but I do enjoy it. I love a good chit chat. If anyone does want any other videos from me, then definitely let me know. And thank you all for anyone that also watched my rhinoplasty video, because that's got quite a lot of views now. I wasn't expecting that, so thank you so much. I'll catch you all in my next video, whatever it may be. I'm not sure yet, but thanks so much for watching. And please click subscribe. I don't want to do any like standard videos, so I'm trying to think of fun things to do. But yeah, this was a definitely very, very highly requested video, so I thought I'd get this one out of the way first because it's very important one. Yeah, thanks for watching. I love you all.